Say hi.
Hi.
Say I'm on the road.
On the road.
Heading to Walmart. Every good trip has to start with a Walmart trip.
Right.
Well, speaking of Walmart, we're going to cover part 3 of the Walmart Spark Delivery Terms of Use. This will probably be the last episode of these terms of use, but we got a little computer voice. I'm going to just let it run and read it off to us and probably stop here and there and kind of give our own thoughts on that particular terms of use. But while we're doing that, we're going to be on a road trip heading to St. Louis. I don't think this video is going to last long enough to get all the way to St. Louis, but I hope y'all enjoy a little riding along and seeing the scenery and listening to the Walmart Spark Delivery Terms of Use Part 3.
If Walmart becomes aware of any illegal activity by you in your activities providing delivery services of Walmart orders on other platforms Walmart engages for delivery services, Walmart may determine you are ineligible to provide services through the Spark app and revoke your Spark app account. Your relationship with receiving parties. You acknowledge and agree that you are responsible for taking such precautions as may be reasonable and proper in connection with your interaction with receiving parties that arise from your provision of delivery services, permissive services, or use of the Spark app. Walmart is not responsible or liable for the actions or inactions of a receiving party in relation to you while conducting delivery services or permissive services.
Okay, so hold up just a second. Walmart is not responsible or liable for the actions or inactions of a receiving party in relation to you while conducting delivery services or permissive services. So does that mean if you get attacked by a human or a dog or whatever, Walmart is not responsible for you? That's what that says. Let's listen to that again and see what y'all think.
Walmart is not responsible or liable for the actions or inactions of a receiving party in relation to you while conducting delivery services or permissive services. Devices and supplies. You are responsible for the acquisition, cost, and maintenance of your devices as well as any necessary wireless data plan or other supplies. With respect to the Spark app, Walmart shall make available the Spark app for installation on the device. You agree that use of the Spark app on your device requires an active data plan with a wireless carrier associated with your device, which data plan will be provided by you at your own expense, and 2. Use of the Spark app on your device as an interface may consume very large amounts of data through the data plan. Walmart advises that your device only be used under a data plan with unlimited or very high data usage limits, and Walmart shall not be responsible or liable for any fees, costs, or overage charges associated with any data plan. Location-based services. You acknowledge and agree that your geolocation information must be provided to the Spark app via the device in order to provide delivery services or permissive services. You acknowledge and agree that a. Your geolocation information may be obtained by the Spark app while it is running, and b. Walmart is not responsible for the accuracy of your geolocation information. In addition, Walmart may monitor, track and share with third parties your geolocation information obtained by the Spark app and the device for operational, safety, security, and marketing-based purposes related to the Spark app, delivery services, and permissive services. Account information, prohibitions. You certify that any content you provide on or through the Spark app is accurate and that the information you provide on or through the Spark app is complete. You are solely responsible for maintaining the confidentiality and security of your account including username and password. Walmart is not responsible for any losses arising out of the unauthorized use of your account. You agree that Walmart does not have any responsibility if your device is lost or access to your device is shared with others, and Walmart may deactivate your account if those events occur. Your account may be restricted or terminated for violating these terms of use or failure to meet any associated service level standards. Except as otherwise provided by law, at any time without notice to you, we may 1. Change, restrict access to, suspend, or discontinue the Spark app, and 2. Charge, modify, or waive any fees required to use any services, functionality, or other content available through the Spark app. In connection with the Spark app, you will not 1. Make available any content through or in connection with the Spark app that is or may be in violation of the content guidelines set forth in these terms of use. 2. Make available through or in connection with the Spark app any virus, worm, Trojan horse, Easter egg, time bomb, spyware, or other computer code, file or program that is or is potentially harmful or invasive or intended to damage or hijack the operation of, or to monitor the use of, any hardware, software, or equipment. 3. Use the Spark app fraudulently or for any purpose that is fraudulent or otherwise tortious or unlawful, including sharing accounts, using another person's account, activating multiple accounts, or entering false information into the Spark app, such as logging a check-in time before arriving at the pickup location, marking a delivery service order delivered before you have delivered it to the receiving party, or positioning your device in a location to project a particular geolocation when you are not available to receive service offers at the same location as your device. 4. Harvest or collect information about users of the Walmart sites. 5.
Now y'all really need to pay attention to this one right here. I think this is the one that has to do with what some refer to as airplane mode. Check it out and see what you think.
Interfere with or disrupt the operation of the Spark app or the systems, servers, or networks used to make the Spark app available, including by hacking or defacing any portion of the Spark app, or violate any requirement, procedure, or policy of such servers or networks. 6. Restrict or inhibit any other person from using the Spark app. 7. Reproduce, modify, adapt, translate, create derivative works of, sell, rent, lease, loan, timeshare, distribute, or otherwise exploit any portion of, or any use of, the Spark app except as expressly authorized in these terms of use, without Walmart's express prior written consent. 8. Reverse engineer, decompile, or disassemble any portion of the Spark app, except where such restriction is expressly prohibited by applicable law. 9. Remove any copyright, trademark, or other proprietary rights notice from the Spark app. 10. Frame or mirror any portion of the Spark app, or otherwise incorporate any portion of the Spark app into any product or service, unless you obtain Walmart's express prior written consent to do so. 11. Systematically download and store any Walmart data. 12.
Now I want y'all to kind of listen to this one pretty close, and you can interpret it any way you want to. There are apps that you can use on other platforms that kind of do this, and unfortunately it's written right here. So see if you can get what I'm saying here.
Use any robot, bot, spider, site search/retrieval application or other manual or automatic device to send, intercept, retrieve, index, scrape, data mine or otherwise gather any Walmart data, or reproduce or circumvent the navigational structure or presentation of the Spark app, or manipulate the intended functionality of the Spark app without Walmart's express prior written consent. 13. Cause injury to any person or entity. 14. Violate any law, rule, or regulation, or these terms of use. 15. You will not use the Spark app or Walmart's name, logo, or brand to 16. Send any unsolicited or unauthorized content, including advertising, promotional materials, email, junk mail, spam, or other form of solicitation, or 17. Use any meta tags or other hidden text or metadata utilizing a Walmart trademark, logo, URL, or product name without Walmart's written consent. 18. You will not attempt to do anything, or permit, encourage, assist, or allow any third party to do anything prohibited in this section, or attempt, permit, encourage, assist, or allow any other violation of these terms of use. 19. Earnings. Service offers will note the earnings amount offered in consideration for completion of the particular service offered. Service offers will show the base earnings, plus any applicable incentives and tips pre-authorized by customers. Unless otherwise stated in the service offer or other communication relating to that service offer, all earnings remitted for services completed, including tips, and any remittances associated with an incentive or referral program, will be transferred to your account through one of the methods made available to you by Walmart, including, for example, the branch digital wallet. Earnings remittances will be made in accordance with any applicable law in the area where you provide services, such as California's Protect App-Based Drivers and Services Act. Earnings will be remitted at least as frequently as weekly. More detail on earnings can be found at www.drive4spark.walmart.com. Proprietary Rights. A license grant. Subject to the terms and conditions of these terms of use, Walmart hereby grants you a non-exclusive, non-transferable, non-sublicensable, non-assignable license, during the term of these terms of use, to use the Spark app on devices solely for the purpose of providing services to receiving parties. All rights not expressly granted to you are reserved by Walmart and their respective licensors. The foregoing license grant shall immediately terminate, and you will delete and fully remove the Spark app from the devices in the event that you cease to provide services. B. Ownership. The Spark app and all Walmart data, including all intellectual property rights therein, are and shall remain the property of Walmart or their respective licensors. Neither these terms of use nor your use of the Spark app or Walmart data conveys or grants to you any rights in or related to the Spark app or Walmart data, except for the limited license granted above. Other than as specifically permitted by Walmart in connection with the Spark app, you are not permitted to use or reference in any manner Walmart's or their respective licensors' company names, logos, products and service names, trademarks, service marks, trade dress, copyrights or other indicia of ownership, alone and in combination with other letters, punctuation, words, symbols, and slash or designs, the Walmart marks and names, for any commercial purposes. You agree that you will not try to register or otherwise use and slash or claim ownership in any of the Walmart marks and names, alone or in combination with other letters, punctuation, words, symbols, and slash or designs, or in any confusingly similar mark, name, or title, for any goods and services. See Walmart's rights to use content and idea. You grant to Walmart a royalty-free, perpetual, irrevocable, worldwide, unlimited, non-exclusive license to use, reproduce, create derivative works from, modify, publish, edit, translate, distribute, perform and display, publicly or otherwise, any content that you make available, in any media or medium, and in any form, format, or forum now known or hereafter developed. You further agree that Walmart is free to use any ideas for any purpose. Walmart may sublicense its rights in content and ideas through multiple tiers of sublicenses. Walmart is, and will be, under no obligation, 1. To maintain any content or idea in confidence, 2. To pay any compensation for any content or idea, or 3. To respond to any content or idea. You grant to Walmart the right to use any name associated with any content or idea that you make available to Walmart, although Walmart has no obligation to exercise such right, or to otherwise provide any attribution for any content or idea. D. Prohibited content. You agree that you will not make available content in connection with the Spark app that is false, fraudulent, inaccurate, or misleading, contains your full name, or any other confidential personally identifiable information of yourself or others, violates any local, state, federal, or international laws or is otherwise tortious, is protected by or would infringe on the rights of others, including Walmart, including any patent, copyright, trademark, trade secret, right of publicity or privacy, or any other proprietary right, without the express prior written consent of the applicable owner, is obscene, indecent, pornographic, or otherwise objectionable, is derogatory, defamatory, threatening, harassing, abusive, slanderous, hateful, or embarrassing to any other person or entity as determined by Walmart in its sole discretion. Victimizes, harasses, degrades, or intimidates an individual or group of individuals on the basis of religion, gender, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, age or disability. Is violent or threatening, or promotes violence against, or actions that are threatening to, any individual or group. Contains advertisements, solicitations, or spam links to other websites or individuals, without prior written permission from Walmart. Contains or relates to chain letters or pyramid schemes. Impersonates another business, person, or entity, including Walmart, its related entities, employees, and agents. Violates any policy posted on the Spark app, or is intended to cause harm, damage, disable, or otherwise interfere with the Spark app or our partners. Confidentiality. You acknowledge and agree that when using the Spark app, you may have direct or indirect access or exposure to Walmart's confidential information. Confidential information. Confidential information includes, but is not limited to, information, processes, designs and data concerning Walmart's business, including but not limited to Walmart data. Information, processes, designs and data concerning the businesses offering permissive service offers. Customer names, addresses, and contact persons. Rates, rating methods, and billing practices. Delivery provider information. The names, addresses, and information pertaining to Walmart employees or other contractors serving Walmart, and methods, formulae, transaction volume, marketing, and business plans, and such other non-public information, whether disclosed in writing or verbally, that Walmart designates as being proprietary or confidential or that you should reasonably know to treat as confidential. You acknowledge and agree that all confidential information shall remain the exclusive property of Walmart. You will not use confidential information for any purpose except in furtherance of your use of the Spark app and authorized provision of the services. You will not disclose confidential information to any third party, and you will not store or keep confidential information and will return or destroy, with confirmation of destruction, all confidential information upon the termination of your authorized use of the Spark app or at the request of Walmart. Notwithstanding the foregoing, confidential information does not include any information to the extent it is or becomes part of the public domain through no action or omission by you, was possessed by you prior to your use of the Spark app without an obligation of confidentiality, or is disclosed to you by a third party having no obligation of confidentiality with respect thereto. Monitoring by Walmart. Walmart will have the right, but not the obligation, in our sole discretion, to monitor, evaluate, and analyze content, and any use of and access to the Spark app, including to determine compliance with these terms of use and any other operating rules that may be established by Walmart from time to time. Walmart will also have the right, but not the obligation, in our sole discretion, to edit, move, delete, or refuse to make available any content made available through the Spark app, for any reason, including violation of these terms of use, whether for legal or other reasons. Despite this right of ours, you are solely responsible for any content you make available, and you agree to indemnify Walmart for all claims resulting from any content you make available. Privacy. You acknowledge that any personal information that you provide through the Spark app will be used by Walmart in accordance with Walmart's Spark Driver app privacy statement, which may be updated from time to time and is available in the Spark app. You further acknowledge that any personal information that you provide through the Spark app for permissive services will be used by non-Walmart owned and managed providers, in accordance with the terms of the privacy policies and terms of use published by such providers, for purposes of facilitating the permissive services as well as other purposes that may be specified in the policies and terms of use of such providers. Representations and warranties. You hereby represent and warrant that you have full power and authority to enter into these terms of use and perform your obligations hereunder. You are authorized to accept work as an independent contractor in the United States of America. You have not entered into, and during the term will not enter into any agreement that would prevent you from complying with these terms of use, and you will comply with all applicable laws in your performance of these terms of use, including holding and complying with all permits, licenses, registrations and other governmental authorizations necessary to provide delivery services, permissive services, or otherwise use the Spark app. It is solely your responsibility to comply in all respects with all applicable law to all aspects of the services and use of Spark app. Neither Walmart nor any of its affiliates are responsible for verifying or instructing you with respect to applicable law and will not provide legal advice in connection with applicable law or these terms of use. Walmart reserves the right to deactivate or restrict you from accessing the Spark app in Walmart's sole and absolute discretion. The Spark app may be subject to limitations, delays, and other problems inherent in the use of the Internet and electronic communications. Walmart is not responsible for any delays, delivery failures, or other economic damage resulting from such problems. Indemnification and disclaimer of warranties. A. Indemnification. You shall indemnify, defend, at Walmart's option, and hold harmless Walmart and its affiliates and their respective officers, directors, employees, agents, successors, and assigns from and against any and all liabilities, expenses, including legal fees, damages, penalties, fines, Social Security contributions and taxes arising out of or related to, a. your breach of your representations, warranties, or obligations under these terms of use, or b. a claim by a third party, including receiving parties, regulators, and governmental authorities, directly or indirectly related to your provision of delivery services, the permissive services, or use of the Spark app. B. Disclaimer of warranties. The Spark app, and all Walmart data, products, services, functionality, and other items included on or otherwise made available to you through the Spark app, are provided by Walmart on an as-is and as-available basis. No Walmart entity makes any representations or warranties of any kind, express or implied, as to the operation of the Spark app or the Walmart data, products, services, functionality, or other items included on or otherwise made available to you through the Spark app. To the fullest extent permissible by applicable law, the Walmart entities disclaim all warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose. Without limiting the foregoing, the Walmart entities disclaim any and all warranties, express or implied, for any use of the Spark app. You acknowledge that, to the fullest extent provided by applicable law, your use of the Spark app is at your sole risk. This disclaimer constitutes an essential part of these terms of use. To the fullest extent permitted by applicable law, you assume full responsibility for your use of the Spark app and agree that any information you send or receive during your use of the Spark app may not be secure and may be intercepted or otherwise accessed by unauthorized parties. You agree that, to the fullest extent permitted by applicable law, no Walmart entity is responsible for any loss or damage to your property or data that results from your access or download from the Spark app. Some states do not allow limitations on how long an implied warranty lasts, so the foregoing limitations may not apply to you. Limitation of liability. You acknowledge and agree that, to the fullest extent provided by applicable law, Walmart will not be liable to you or to any other person under any circumstances or under any legal or equitable theory, whether in tort, contract, strict liability, or otherwise, for any indirect, special, incidental, or consequential losses or damages of any nature arising out of or in connection with the use of or inability to use the Spark app, even if an authorized representative of a Walmart entity has been advised of or should have known of the possibility of such damages. To the fullest extent provided by applicable law, this disclaimer applies to any damages or injury arising from any failure of performance, error, omission, interruption, deletion, defects, delay in operation or transmission, lost profits, loss of goodwill, loss of data, work stoppage, accuracy of results, computer failure or malfunction, computer viruses, file corruption, communication failure, network or system outage, theft, destruction, unauthorized access to, alteration of, loss of use of any record or data, and any other tangible or intangible loss. You specifically acknowledge and agree that, to the fullest extent provided by applicable law, no Walmart entity will be liable for any defamatory, offensive, or illegal conduct of any receiving party, or other user of the Spark app. Term and termination. The initial term of these terms of use is 30 days and will automatically renew on a month-to-month basis thereafter. Access to the Spark app and program, as governed by these terms of use, shall continue unless and until terminated by either you or Walmart. You may terminate these terms of use at any time, provided that you discontinue any further use of the Spark app and provision of services. Walmart also may terminate these terms of use at any time and may do so immediately without notice, and deny you access to the Spark app for violating these terms of use or failure to meet any associated service level standards, subject to the account deactivation appeals process.
Listen closely right here.
Walmart may terminate these terms of use by deactivating your Spark app account if your Spark app account is inactive for prolonged periods of time or if Walmart decides to no longer offer the Spark app and program.
The thing that gets me on that one is, what would they consider a prolonged period? A week? 2 weeks? A month? 6 months? I don't know.
Upon any termination of these terms of use by either you or Walmart, you must promptly destroy all Walmart data and other content downloaded or otherwise obtained from the Spark app, as well as all copies of such Walmart data, whether made under these terms of use or otherwise. The following sections will survive any termination of these terms of use: confidentiality, proprietary rights, monitoring by Walmart, privacy, indemnification, termination, disclaimer of warranties, limitation of liability, class and representative action waivers, and general relationship of the parties. You and Walmart expressly agree that a. These terms are not an employment agreement, nor do they create an employment relationship between Walmart and you, and b. No joint venture, partnership, or agency relationship exists between Walmart and you. B. You have no authority to bind Walmart and you undertake not to hold yourself out as an employee, agent, or authorized representative of Walmart. Where, by implication of mandatory law or otherwise, you may be deemed an agent or representative of Walmart, you undertake and agree to indemnify, defend, at Walmart's option, and hold Walmart harmless from and against any claims by any person or entity based on such implied agency or representative relationship. C. The parties acknowledge that they enter into these terms of use as two independent business enterprises and that nothing in these terms of use or any other agreement, including any agreement between another entity and you regarding you performing delivery services to Walmart customers, shall be construed as making either party the partner, joint venturer, agent, employer, or employee of the other. Unless authorized in writing by the party to be bound, neither party shall have the authority to make any statements, representations, or commitments of any kind, or to take any action which shall be binding on the other. You understand and expressly acknowledge that 1. You are an independent contractor and you are not Walmart's employee for any purpose. 2. You are not eligible for either workers' compensation coverage or payments or unemployment payments which are reserved for employees. 3. You are obligated to pay all federal and state income taxes, if any, on any monies earned pursuant to the contractual relationship, and Walmart will not make any tax withholdings on your behalf. 4. Walmart shall have no responsibility for the wages, benefits, or expenses due your employees, agents, or subcontractors nor for income tax withholding, Social Security, unemployment, or other payroll taxes of your employees, agents, or subcontractors, and 5. Neither you nor your employees, agents, or subcontractors shall receive or have any right to receive any wages, including vacation pay or holiday pay, from Walmart, nor shall they participate or have any right to participate in other Walmart benefits, if any, available to Walmart's employees, agents, or subcontractors, even if you or any of your employees, agents, or subcontractors are found to be employees of Walmart by an arbitrator, court or agency of competent jurisdiction. Do you understand and expressly acknowledge that as an independent contractor using the Spark app, 1. you receive specific offers in the Spark app to provide services, such as delivery and shopping services, that include details of the specific services to be provided and the amount Walmart agrees to pay for completing the particular service. 2. There is no set schedule or minimum required activity on the Spark app, and you have the option to select the services you would like to complete and are free to determine the days and times you would like to be active on the Spark app. 3. You are not subject to a non-compete policy or agreement and are free to perform services for other, non-Walmart owned businesses or entities or for your own business or entity. 4.
This little part right here explains to you that you are an independent contractor. Just listen to it. And remember, even independent contractors that work for the government, that work for cities and states and counties, all have standards they must meet to still qualify to be contracted with that entity. So yes, we are independent contractors, even according to this right here.
While you must meet service level standards of the services you provide on the Spark app, you are in control of the methods and processes you use to complete the services, drawing upon your own independent knowledge and experience. And 5. You are responsible for obtaining any registrations, licenses, or other authorizations required by applicable law, as well as equipment and materials necessary for you to perform the services. Non-exclusive and no guaranteed business. You and Walmart expressly agree that the relationship between the parties is not exclusive, and the parties may provide or receive services with other companies or individuals. Furthermore, these terms of use do not guarantee any level of volume of business. Class and representative action waivers. Any dispute between you and Walmart shall be adjudicated solely on an individual basis, and you and Walmart each waive the right to participate in a class, collective, private attorney general action, or other joint action with respect to such dispute. General. A. These terms of use, your non-disclosure and dispute resolution agreement with Walmart, and any other consents provided during the sign-up process or while using the Spark app represent the complete agreement and understanding between you and Walmart with regard to use of the Spark app and your provision of services and supersedes all prior agreements and representations with respect to the subject matter of these terms of use. B. These terms of use do not, and shall not be construed to, create any partnership, joint venture, employer-employee, agency, or franchisor-franchisee relationship between you and Walmart. C. The interpretation of these terms of use shall be governed by Arkansas law, without regard to the choice or conflicts of law provisions of any jurisdiction. However, this choice of law provision is not intended to create any other substantive right to non-Arkansas citizens to assert claims under Arkansas law, whether that be by statute, common law, or otherwise. This choice of law provision is intended only to specify the use of Arkansas law to interpret these terms of use, and this provision shall not be interpreted as generally extending Arkansas law to you if you do not otherwise reside or provide services contemplated by these terms of use in Arkansas. The law in states and/or jurisdictions in which you perform services contemplated by these terms of use shall apply to all disputes, claims, or causes of action alleging violation of law. Walmart's failure to enforce any right or provision in these terms of use shall not constitute a waiver of such right or provision unless acknowledged and agreed to by Walmart in writing. Headings in these terms of use are for reference purposes only and in no way define or limit the scope of the section. If any provision of these terms of use is held to be unenforceable for any reason, such provision will be reformed only to the extent necessary to make it enforceable, and the other terms of these terms of use will remain in full force and effect. F. The failure of Walmart to act with respect to a breach of these terms of use by you or others does not constitute a waiver and will not limit Walmart's rights with respect to such breach or any subsequent breaches. G. You may not assign, transfer, or sublicense any or all of your rights or obligations under these terms of use without our express prior written consent. Walmart may assign, transfer, or sublicense any or all of our rights or obligations under these terms of use without restriction. Where Walmart requires that you provide an email address, you are responsible for providing Walmart with your most current email address. In the event that the last email address you provided to Walmart is not valid, or for any reason is not capable of delivering to you any notices required or permitted by these terms of use, Walmart's dispatch of the email containing such notice will nonetheless constitute effective notice. For contractual and operational purposes, you 1. Consent to receive communications from Walmart in an electronic form, and 2. Agree that all terms and conditions, agreements, notices, disclosures, and other communications that Walmart provides to you electronically satisfy any legal requirement that such communications would satisfy if they were in writing. This subparagraph does not affect your statutory rights. Any use of the term including or variations thereof in these terms of use shall be construed as if followed by the phrase without limitation. Notices to you, including notices of changes to these terms of use, may be made via posting to the Spark app or by email, including in each case via links, or by regular mail. Without limitation, a printed version of these terms of use and of any notice given in electronic form shall be admissible in judicial or administrative proceedings based upon or relating to these terms of use to the same extent and subject to the same conditions as other business documents and records originally generated and maintained in printed form. Walmart shall not be a party to any permissive services that you elect to engage in within the Spark app. Walmart makes no representation or warranty related to such permissive services offers. You elect to engage in such permissive services at your own risk. If any part of these terms of use is deemed unlawful or unenforceable, it shall be construed to conform with law or severed from these terms of use such that the remainder of these terms of use shall remain enforceable to the fullest extent permitted by law. Notice regarding Apple. In addition to your agreement with these terms of use, the following provisions apply with respect to your use of any version of the Spark app compatible with the iOS operating system of Apple Inc. Apple. Apple is not a party to these terms of use and does not own and is not responsible for the Spark app. Apple is not providing any warranty for the Spark app except, if applicable, to refund the purchase price for it. Apple is not responsible for maintenance or other support services for the Spark app and will not be responsible for any other claims, losses, liabilities, damages, costs, or expenses with respect to the Spark app, including any third-party product liability claims, claims that the Spark app fails to conform to any applicable legal or regulatory requirement, claims arising under consumer protection or similar legislation, and claims with respect to intellectual property infringement. Any inquiries or complaints relating to the use of the Spark app, including those pertaining to intellectual property rights, must be directed to Walmart in accordance with the Help section. The license you have been granted in these terms of use is limited to a non-transferable license to use the Spark app on an Apple-branded product that runs Apple's iOS operating system and is owned or controlled by you, or as otherwise permitted by the usage rules set forth in Apple's App Store Terms of Service. In addition, you must comply with the terms of any third-party agreement applicable to you when using the Spark app, such as your wireless data service agreement. You represent and warrant that, 1. You are not located in a country that is subject to a U.S. government embargo, or that has been designated by the U.S. government as a terrorist-supporting country, and 2. You are not listed on any U.S. government list of prohibited or restricted parties. Apple and Apple's subsidiaries are third-party beneficiaries of these terms of use and, upon your acceptance of the terms and conditions of these terms of use, will have the right, and will be deemed to have accepted the right, to enforce these terms of use against you as a third-party beneficiary thereof, notwithstanding the foregoing. Walmart's right to enter into, rescind or terminate any variation, waiver, or settlement under these terms of use is not subject to the consent of any third party.